I feel sorry to the fans because the fight is boring. The fight is boring. Like that's not the fans are expecting to us.
Pretty certain Terence Crawford in his brain is saying to himself, I can beat this dude. You know what I'm saying? If he actually goes through with it, he'll be 38 years of age next Sunday.
Is the guy right now in the sport that's supposed to be the man, big bad wolf. You beat him, you the wolf. Now it's like, you know what I mean? Like, all right, well, so I'm gonna fight. You beat the shark, you beat the wolf.
Manny Pacquiao took a shot at Floyd Mayweather for calling out Terence Crawford. He said he feels bad for boxing fans because this isn't the kind of fight people deserve. According to Pacquiao, the matchup would be dull and more like an exhibition than a real contest. He also reminded everyone that Mayweather has been retired for years and hasn't had a serious fight in a long time, making the whole idea pointless.
The fight is boring. Like that's not the fans are expecting to us. I mean, as a fighter, if I'm a fan, of course I want to see a good fight, like changing fight, not a fashion show.
Manny Pacquiao didn't hold back when talking about Floyd Mayweather. He said he actually feels sorry for Floyd because all his focus now seems to be on making money. Pacquiao believes Mayweather's return to the ring isn't about legacy or real competition, but just about cashing in on exhibition fights. He called the idea of a fight with Terence Crawford nothing more than a money grab. To Manny, this takes away the true spirit of boxing, turning it into a business show where fighters parade for profit instead of battling like real warriors.
Now, in the beginning of this conversation, you say, I don't like boastful people. How was it like fighting Mayweather then? Did he get on your nerves? Because I feel like he's a little bit more boastful than the people you might be wanting to hang out with.
Yeah, he's boastful. I think his God is the material things, money, everything like that. I'm pretty with him because I want to share the word of God in him if he believes God.
Yeah, I've heard he's a generous man. I think he's done good things. I think, he kind of reminds me of like a lot of people are like this, by the way, including myself. I'm not just saying him. I'm including myself. The man who goes up to Jesus and says, what should I do to get into heaven? He says, sell all your belongings. And he walked away crying because he couldn't sell his belongings.
Exactly.
The news that Floyd Mayweather and Mike Tyson will face off in 2026 has sent shockwaves through boxing. But experts are quick to note that this isn't a clash of prime fighters, it's more about entertainment and money. The fight is being promoted as a warm-up for Mayweather before a possible showdown with Terence Crawford later that same year. Observers say both matchups are built around huge pay-per-view sales rather than real sporting value. Still, with Tyson's legendary name and Mayweather's global brand, the event is guaranteed to grab worldwide attention, even if the competitive meaning is limited.
Broadcast for Jake and Tyson and some people like the likes of Carl Froch viewed that as an endorsement. Like, look, man, I'm just working. It's a big opportunity to be on Netflix. I didn't put the fight together. I'm not paying these guys. So, let's chill out. But all right, I'm not going to poo-poo this. I just don't know what CSI is. And the way it was presented made me think that there was like a secondary press release to come, that they'll be involved in like some sort of like virtual boxing thing. Like, it just didn't seem real. You know why it didn't seem real? I'll tell you why. There's no date attached to it. There's no venue attached to it. Forget rules, exhibition, not exhibition, weight. I mean, here's a guy who fought a heavyweight fighting forget all that. These things can get figured out, the fine details. The fact that it was announced, why announce something with no date or location attached to it? What's the point? Unless you're just trying to get people excited and trying to get them, trying to get some investors or something like that.
But maybe also testing the waters. If the response was overwhelmingly positive, maybe you go, okay, we move forward. If the response is muted or negative, maybe you go, okay, we're not going to actually do this. You lob it out there as a way to poll the public. And then make an adjustment.
You don't think it happens?
I do not think it happens. I just don't think there will be enough interest. I know they have huge name value. There's zero, after the last performance by Mike Tyson against Jake Paul, I don't think there's going to be interest in seeing Mike Tyson do that again.
Terence Crawford has often praised Manny Pacquiao, calling his career one of a kind in boxing history. He highlighted how Pacquiao won titles in multiple weight classes, usually against bigger opponents, and still came out on top. Crawford said Manny's achievements were not only historic but nearly impossible to repeat. In his view, Pacquiao reached greatness in a way no one else could, by taking on challenges other fighters wouldn't even consider.
man, a generational talented fighter. Like, he's accomplished what no other fighter is ever going to accomplish.
Possibility of Terence Crawford taking on David Benavidez has become a hot topic among fans. Benavidez is seen as one of the most dangerous fighters in the sport today, with his size, youth, and relentless style making him a serious threat. Many believe this matchup would challenge Crawford like no other fight has before. However, nothing has been confirmed yet, so for now it's just speculation. Still, the buzz shows how eager fans are to see real, high-stakes matchups instead of exhibitions or celebrity-driven events.
Shock the world, not me, but shock the world. This past Saturday, Mexican Independence Day weekend, what he took on and defeated another first ballot Hall of Famer, but he essentially jumped up 3 weight classes, technically 2, from 154 to 168, but only had 1 fight at 154 last August against Israel Majamov. Terence Crawford defeated Saul Canelo Alvarez, who is a 4-division champion, 2-time undisputed super middleweight, and the reigning, at the time, super middleweight world champion, undisputed world champion. And Terence Crawford beat him handily and convincingly. And because he beat him so easily, now the 63 win, 3 loss, 2 draw, 39 win by way of knockout, biggest threat has been now imposed on Terence Bud Crawford, and that's the Mexican Ecuadorian monster, David Benavidez, who is a 2-division undefeated world champion, is the 2-time WBC super middleweight and reigning WBC light heavyweight, 175-pound champion, who has a record of 30 wins, no loss, no draw, 24 wins by way of knockout. He stands 6'2" with a 75-inch arm reach. This is a fight that David Benavidez has been calling for Canelo Alvarez when he was at 168, and Canelo Alvarez strategically maneuvered around him. But Canelo Alvarez is 5'7" with a 70-inch arm reach, started his career at 147 pounds, made his real name at 154 pounds. He's not a big guy, okay? And styles make fights. Benavidez is 6'2" with a 75-inch arm reach. His last fight at 168 against Demetrius Andrade, he rehydrated to 193. So he's a big guy. Canelo Alvarez probably rehydrate to 182, maybe 185 max, right? He's not a big guy, right?